Hey guys, what's up? Bob here. We're back with another Pokemon battle using my Toxic Spikes team. This opponent's a little bit better. He's got a little bit better of a team, so I figured it would be worth showing. I don't get to do as much Toxic Spikes stuff, but it still worked pretty well, and there was an interesting exchange really early on, so I think the battle's worth uploading, so I'm going to do it. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the team preview. I'm on the opposite side. Sorry, it's a little blinky. Anyways, he's got a Landorus, Mega Altaria, and this Talonflame, which could be a problem. I'm going to leave with Xatu, he leads with Talonflame. He switches out into his Ferrothorn, and I go for the skill swap. But then I realize he might try to set up some hazards on me, so I go ahead and skill swap again, get my Magic Bounce back, and bounce back some Stealth Rocks. So that's cool. Now I'm going to skill swap him one more time as he goes for the Leech Seed. I guess he thought I would switch, but it actually ends up working for him, so that's okay. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and go for the, switch into Fori. I probably should have U-turned, but whatever. Anyways, he's going to go for the Gyro Ball. Doesn't do a lot, but it actually does a little bit, which is surprising. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my Toxic Spikes on my inside of the field as he sets up the Leech Seed. Now I'm just going to Volt Switch on out and go into something that, well actually I go into Xatu first, and then he just KOs that with the Gyro Ball, which leads me to believe that he might be offensive, or at least somewhat offensive, because ordinarily a Gyro Ball from Fori will not KO my Xatu. So yeah, something to keep in mind. So I'm going to go into Conkeldurr, and I wanted to see exactly how much a Drain Punch would do on whatever he brought in. Turns out, not a lot, because he gets the Intimidate off. Even though I am Choice Band and Guts, Drain Punch didn't do all that much. I know it's resisted, but still. Anyways, he goes into his Talonflame, which I probably could have KO'd if I went for the Drain Punch again, but whatever. So I go into Fori, and I'm just going to go ahead and stay in, because nothing else wants to take this hit, and this is pretty much why I kept Fori alive, just to give him some recoil. So I go into Zangoose, because looking at that damage, I was considering that he might be either banded or he would just KO himself with recoil. So it looks like he's banded because he didn't just go for the Brave Bird. And he goes into his Landorus, which I'm just going to KO with 2 quick attacks, so that's nice. Yeah, get the KO. I'm still at -1 though, so he goes into his Rotom, and I figured I might as well just switch out. Actually, probably good that I did, because he seems to be offensive too, or at least somewhat offensive. Goes for the Hydro Pump, which does like 37%, I think. Luckily, thanks to Leftovers and Toxic Heal or Poison Heal or whatever, I'm going to be pretty much sitting pretty. He's going to go ahead and switch out, instead of Volt Switching, possibly fearing the Spore, but I predict him to switch out, so I just go Sub so that I can, hit the Focus Punch on this Ferrothorn. I want it to be able to get that Focus Punch off, so and Spore wouldn't have worked on a Grass type. But anyways, I KO it with the Focus Punch, which is fantastic. Take a bit of Iron Barb's damage, but luckily, like I said, Healy. So now, in comes Latias, which I'm going to predict to go for the D5, which it does, and I hit with the Spore, which is going to pretty much neutralize that threat, which is good. So now I'm just going to go for a Substitute again, as he switches in his Altaria. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm going to be able to get the Leech Seed off. Unfortunately, I'm not actually sure how fast his Mega Altaria is. I know it outspeeds Breloom by 10 base, so I don't want to stay in and try to keep subbing, which I ordinarily would if I was faster. But I'm just going to go ahead and go into my Metagross, who I know is going to be able to take that return and not really care, especially after the Leech Seed. So that's good. So now I'm just going to go ahead and I actually go for the Meteor Mash, just in case he wanted to stay in, but he makes the good move, goes into Rotom. I kind of wish I had Zen Headbutted, because that would have, I think, 2-hit this Rotom, based on damage that we see later. But anyway, he used Hydro Pump, Conkeldurr takes that hit, and I'm just going to go for the, Mach Punch, predicting him to stay in and just try to finish me off. I wouldn't have been able to do anything else, so Conkeldurr did his job. He did some damage to that thing. Again, Banded Guts. Drain Punch, or Mach Punch didn't do that much, so something to keep in mind. Anyways, he goes Roost, I go Zen Headbutt, he dies. I figured I'd go into Metagross because if he tried to attack, he would have KO'd himself with the recoil, and if he didn't, then he would just lose. So now I'm just going to start KOing stuff with Zen Headbutt, and then absolutely dismantle this thing with Meteor Mash, leaving him at 3%, which is fine. He submits right here, and that's the end of the game. So, I don't know, I thought it was pretty interesting. Definitely a better team than the last guy that I played against used, but still no match for my Toxic Spike. Nah, I'm kidding. But, you know, I thought that exchange at the beginning was pretty funny. So, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.